Hey, this is Brent with Vintage Statements, and today we've got a French nightstand that we're going to redo. And this is a perfect piece to get yourself started with a small business. Simple, not much needed, and well, it's a real quick project. So let's get started on it. Alright, typically you would have two handles here and you'd have two drawers and that'd be about it. Well, this one's missing that top handle. So we filled in the holes here and we're going to put a knob in instead, a French style. So all we need to do is remove these two drawers, pull the hardware off. We're going to scuff sand it, which will allow that paint to stick a lot better than just applying it over this little bit slick, smooth surface. Give it a little more grip. We'll put two coats on, we'll give it a nice little scuff, and then we'll wax it and we'll be finalized. This whole project should take about up to 2 hours, maybe less than that. And I picked this one up for free, so profits all the way through except for the paint, which is going to be left over from a previous project. So we're really invested in nothing into this project, and we've just got time. So my goal would be to sell this for 50 bucks here and put 2 hours into it. So that gives me 2 hours at $25 each. Not bad. So let's get started. Alright, so now we can start sanding it. I got my DeWalt 80 grit sandpaper. We're going to do that with the flat areas. We'll have to come back and scuff sand everything else. Now if you don't have a hand sander, perfectly fine. This is a pretty small piece. You could quickly just grab some sandpaper and scuff this all up. Make sure if you're using 80 grit that you're not putting a lot of pressure, hand pressure into it, or you'll create deep grooves, which you will see after you're done painting. So go nice and light on it. Same way with the drawers. So overall, we'll just do a little bit with this and we'll be hand sanding the rest. Alright, we put 2 coats of paint on it and we're going to start sanding, but I forgot to mention a little bit about how to paint this piece. Now, what we did is we went with the grain on the sides, the top. You have to really get that paintbrush into these grooves. There's a lot of edge work. Make sure you're getting that covered really nicely. So we did that 2 coats, and now what we're going to do is we're going to scuff it up a little bit. This is a step that you could skip if you like that solid look, but here at Vintage Statements we want a little bit worn in look. So I've got some old 80 grit sandpaper. We're just going to go over the edge work of this piece, just give it a nice little light scuff, and then we'll start waxing it. So let's get started. Alright, now we're to that stage where we can start waxing it and finalizing this piece. So I got my mini wax paste finishing wax. This is about, I think, like $7 at the store. But as you can see, if you're going to be doing a lot of projects, well, this is going to last you quite a length of time. And so will that brush. And so will that paint. That quarter paint that we used, we could use that on probably another nightstand, a dresser, a tall boy, and maybe even one more project, maybe another dresser. It goes a long ways, so keep that in mind. So I got an old sock here. We're just gonna wipe it on, wipe it off, and we'll do that to all the pieces, and then we can finish this piece up by putting the hardware back on. Alright, here it is completed. It's very navy. We scuffed it up, we waxed it, and now we're gonna post it. So the key here is to make sure that we're doing a nice post. We're putting in the measurements. We're talking about how many drawers there are. Some nightstands, they may look like 2 drawers or 3 drawers, but they're a faux front with 2. So make sure you're giving the audience that you want to buy all the information that they need, the color, the measurements, everything that they want. Use keywords, and well, we're hoping to have this piece sold for $50, just like we said at the beginning, this weekend or maybe even next. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, leave us a thumbs up or a comment or both, and tell us what you think about this.